Hi, Sarada here from YourEventMarketingPartner.com, and I'm delighted that you've joined me again for some more strategies to help you get your message out there in a big way through the medium of live or virtual events. So this week I'm going to be talking to you about how to use websites to promote your event. And I'm going to start with exploding some myths about using websites. So a lot of people out there believe that you need a big fancy website, lots of fancy graphics, lots of pages, all sorts of things going on, and they'll spend a lot of time, probably a lot of money on putting something like this together. But the truth is, you really only need one event sales page. That's it. And that page could already live on your existing website. You could just have a link to it, or you could set it up as a standalone website on your server. And you've probably come across the concept of a sales page when it comes to a product or a program or a service or a book or something. You've probably seen that sort of concept. Well, an event is no different. An event is also a product, believe it or not. And what I'm going to share with you today is some key strategies to make sure that your event sales page is really optimized to make sure that you fill your event faster. Now, I'm going to warn you, there are a lot of techniques to creating an excellent sales page, and it's more than I can share with you in the few minutes I have with you today. But I'm going to share with you 3 key things that you really should have on your sales page to make sure it really works for you. So the first thing is to write as much copy as you need. You don't need to be abbreviated or short or concise. This is where you can really go into a lot of depth. And let's face it, when you're writing on a website, you have an infinite amount of space. It's not like you're going to run out of paper. But the reason why you want to go into a lot of depth is if you imagine that you've advertised your event, or you're calling people up to tell them about your event, and you're on the phone and you're having a conversation and you're explaining to people why they should come, what are the benefits, what are the results they're going to get, how much it is, where it is, all of those, all that information. Now, if you imagine you're going to have to get on the phone and tell people all that in order to sell a ticket, and you probably won't be able to sell a ticket on the first time, you probably have to make hundreds and hundreds of calls. Imagine how much time that's going to take in order for you to sell tickets for your event. Now imagine you put all that information onto one sales page, and they can observe, they can go online, they can look at it whenever they want, day or night, anywhere in the world. And it's a concept I was taught which is called a leveraged sales conversation. So basically it's a sales conversation you would have with somebody face to face or on the phone, but it's all there on the web. And the things that you would be including are why that event is right for the person that it's aimed at, why they need to be there, what are the problems that they have that you are going to be solving with this event, what are the solutions, what are the results they're going to get, what is actually going to be happening in the event, and then of course the basic things like date, time, venue, price, all of those things. So those are things you really want to go into a lot of depth about, and don't stop until you feel you've really covered everything. So that's number 1. Write as much as you feel you need to write. The second thing is to make sure that you have plenty of social proof in your sales page. So for example, if you've got testimonials from clients that you've worked with, or if you've got testimonials from people who've been to events you've done before, make sure that they are on the sales page and they're visible, because people are interested in what the results are that they will get as a result of coming to this event. Don't worry too much though if you haven't done an event before, if this is your first ever event, because what you can do, you can go back through your client files, you can find testimonials and what people have said to you about working with you and what results they got. And then you can just take that information, you can edit it and to show the before and after and what the results were. That's really okay as well, it's perfectly valid, because ultimately people are going to be coming to an event that you are delivering and you are going to be giving them results, and that's the main thing. And the final thing you need to do is when you're writing all this content and when you're editing your testimonials, you want to be coming at it from a point of view of the person that's reading it. So, for example, I always say that nobody really comes to an event because it's an event. People come because it's solving their problem. It's telling them how to get more clients in their business. It's how to lose a certain amount of weight. It's how to avoid getting into debt. It's all these kinds of things, and that people are actually coming to the event for. The fact that it's an event is almost a technicality. So when you're writing your copy and your text on your sales page, you want to go into a lot of depth and really think, what is it that these people that I'm going to be hosting the event for, what is it that they're having problems with? How do they talk about the thing they have problems with? How do they complain? What do they say? And what would it mean to them if this problem was solved? What would it mean for them professionally, personally? If your target is mothers with young children who are setting up their business, what would it mean to a mother with a young child if they knew how to set up their own business and become independent? Really come at it in the way that they would be approaching this problem and they would be thinking about it. And if you're not sure whether you've managed to do that, then you can always find somebody that you know that is in that target market and ask them to have a look and say, well, does this sound like you? Or how else can I make it sound more like you? So those are the 3 strategies that I've shared with you this week, and I really hope that it helps you to fill your events faster. I'd really also love to hear from you about your strategies for putting together a sales page, what's worked for you, what hasn't worked, and just leave me a comment below. Don't forget to hit subscribe to get more of these videos every week. And visit www.youreventmarketingpartner for exclusive content and for your free event marketing success kit to get you started with your next event straight away. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.